it going? Again, this is Master Jamal, and welcome to the video we have on the power of shutting up. Shutting up is one of the most powerful things you can do. You're probably wondering why is shutting up the most powerful thing you can do? Because words have power. And I'm gonna go on a rant in this video because one thing that at one point really grind my gears and still a little bit does is the fact that people are so okay with just saying some of the most wildest stuff about anything, whether it's joning, whether you're just making especially that one, because the fact of the matter is your energy, your vibration does not know the difference, but the mind does. The body doesn't know the difference, but the mind does. And yes, I'll admit this is coming from me growing up, and it's like I really did not like that whole joining thing in general. It never sat well with me. It's like, why are you okay with doing this? I'm clearly showing you and telling you that I don't like this, but then people just keep doing it. That created the emo me when I was younger. And growing up and maturing, I still don't like it. I mean, it is what it is, but I've learned to flow with it because at the end of the day, I can't just go around fighting everybody that says something I don't like. That's a waste of time and energy. So I just learned to flow with it. But one of the reasons I don't even like doing it in the first place, like now that I've matured, really this is the main reason why I don't like doing the whole thing with joning and whatnot, because I'm not good at it. I'm really not. And it's like I can take it now that I've matured, and it's like, okay, let me just process these emotions or whatever I'm feeling, cast them away and whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm not good at it, so I just avoid it as much as I can. I might make some jokes here and there, but once somebody does something like this hand motion, let me stop, because I'm not skilled in that. I'm not skilled in joning at all. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say, regardless of what you say, it's going to have an effect on you. Now, again, you being the player, you being the controller, you being the one in control of your reality, you need to realize that regardless of what you say and how you say it, the body is still going to respond to it. Because you might be saying something jokingly to someone, but at the end of the day, the energy behind those words is still going to be negative in some kind of context. You might be just saying it jokingly, it's like ha ha, but on a deeper level, beneath the surface of this iceberg, is a lot of negativity, there's a lot of demeaning stuff. It's nothing really positive about it. At the surface, it's just a joke, but deeper down, is so much more than that, and which ultimately leads to it doesn't matter if it's a joke or not. So keep that in mind, and I'm not saying that you should stop doing it, because people are going to do whatever they do at the end of the day. All I want to do is make you aware of the fact that make sure you just be aware of it. Do what you got to do to cleanse your energy moving forward, because it's a lot of things that we say that can affect our manifestations, that can affect anything. Like you can literally lose a job from like making a joke that somebody doesn't agree with. As slippery of a slope as that is, it's the reality that a lot of people I've known personally and from a third person point of view, just from afar, just hearing of it, it's a reality that a lot of people had to face, making a joke that somebody didn't like. And sometimes the joke wasn't even about the person that didn't like it. They were just in the vicinity of the joke being made. And it sucks. It does. But again, like I said, maturing and being aware of how the power of your words truly are beneath the surface of the iceberg is going to help you a lot. Because practicing any kind of forgiveness practices can help clean up your karma. So I'm going to talk, you know what, now that I even mentioned, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Regardless, again, of the surface level of that iceberg of you making that comment or that joke about someone, there's still going to be some kind of karma that you generate from that. Granted, yeah, like, oh, I was joking, ha ha ha. Karma don't play with jokes. Karma don't play with jokes at all. Like, whether it was, especially if it's a backhanded comment. And that's another thing, like you can say a comment about somebody but not and be condescending with it, or sarcastic with it. What's I can't even think of the other phrase that will also talk about this. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, like, yeah, you can say backhanded comments. I'm just gonna say that. Like, backhanded comments is another one of those kind of things. Like, you can say something positive about someone. On the surface, it's positive, and on the surface, it's a joke. But beneath that, the intention is still there. And you can probably argue like, well, it's a backhanded comment. Cause like, on the surface level of that, it's a compliment. But we all know, which is easier to identify and easier to just point out, like, yeah, they really mean this stuff here beneath the iceberg, that they're mocking you. It's the same iceberg. It's the same iceberg as Joan and are talking about somebody in a jokingly way. It's the same iceberg. On the surface, it's a joke. Just like on the surface, it's a compliment. But beneath it, they mocking you. Or beneath it, that word or the words that said don't benefit you. Because it just doesn't. Whether you're saying it or you're saying it to the other person. No one wins in the situation. Now you're going to do whatever you want to do at the end of the day. I just want you to be aware. But to get back on topic, I think I'm done with my ranting. I think I'm done with that little rant, because that is something I've always noticed, and it just never made sense to me. It just never did. It just never did. But to get back on with the video, the power behind shutting up will help you a lot. Because just like with that rant I just did, the whole point of me even allowing myself to do that rant was so that you can also understand that our words have power. So when you complain about something, that's you giving that thing that you're complaining about more energy. Because where focus goes, energy flows. You complaining about something is you focusing on that thing that you do not want anymore. And the universe could be like, oh, well, apparently you want more of this thing. You should keep giving it your energy. So I'm going to keep giving you more of that thing that you keep talking about and complaining about. That's how the universe works. The universe is going to be just like, wherever it is. I just usually look down because, like God looking down or whatever. But the universe gonna be like, yo, so like they like this thing. They keep saying that they don't want it no more. They don't like it. But they keep giving it that energy. So I'm gonna I as the universe am gonna keep giving them that thing that they're putting their attention to. Same if you're talking positive about something, like, oh dang, they doing a lot of gratitude and talking real good about this thing. I'm going to keep giving them more of that thing, because this positive thing, they keep giving their attention to. Now, here's the middle ground. Shut up. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Whether it's positive or negative. Just don't say nothing. You can feel those emotions, but when it comes to manifestation or quantum leaping to your timeline, feel those emotions, whether it be the positive or the negative. You don't want to deny yourself negative emotions. I want to stress that real quick. Never deny yourself those negative emotions, because why would you do that to yourself? How dare you deny yourself the ability to feel? Why deny yourself the ability to feel? Like, regardless of what it is that's going on, once you start to feel those emotions. But the key to it is you must feel those emotions while still being calm. You can be angry, but still speak calmly. And that's the thing with it. Like, once you feel those emotions, you don't have to speak those emotions. You know what I mean? You don't have to like project those emotions out at anyone. Because once you project those emotions, you begin to embody those emotions. That becomes who you are, because then you're going around saying, I am this emotion. Again, talking about the power of shutting up. If you don't say anything, or in other words, don't say specific phrases. That phrase, I am, is one of the most powerful things you could ever say. The Bible even talks about it. What did he say? Before Moses, I am, and in another instance, I am that I am. And let's focus on the I am that I am. I am that I am. Whenever you say I am and insert whatever after that, you are embodying whatever that is. So if you say you are angry, you embody the emotion of anger. You say you are happy, you embody the emotion of happiness. Because again, we talking about what we say, and I'm pointing here in this area. This is the throat chakra, the tonsils. That's like relevance to the throat chakra. What we say have power over everything. Complain a lot about something, giving it a lot of energy, and you're complaining, you're going to get more of that. Talk about a lot of gratitude with anything you're experiencing, you're going to get more of that. But again, back in the middle ground, shut up. Don't say nothing. Or refrain from saying specific things. Either shut up or refrain from saying specific things. So you can comment on some stuff. Again, whether it be positive or negative. But this is where detachment comes in. I'm saying with the whole thing with just shutting up and not saying anything ever at all is to detach. And it's also a way to train your ego not to respond to things. Because as soon as something happens, you want to say something, right? Regardless of whatever the emotion is, you want to say something, whether it's joy, whether it's something positive, you want to say something. But especially if it's negative, you really want to say something when it's negative. But having that awareness will help you be able to navigate it. And again, going back to that other video, navigating life with the hand that you're dealt. Because whatever going on in your hand that you got, some stuff will be going on outside of you. And again, just because, let's say you don't have anything in your hand to do anything with, nothing's going to attack you. But in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh, if your opponent draws a monster card, you might be attacked. But in how life is, there are no real attacks. It's just really how you are within yourself. Which is why, even with you feeling the emotions of anger or happiness, you can still, and honestly, it might look like you are being emotionless or nonchalant, but that's just them not being able to understand what it's like to be centered or present. Like, for example, if you watch videos on yogis, when they're talking to people, they're like this. And my hands are just a balance. They're not over here. They're not over here. They're right here. And they're just there. They will tell you about your whole life. Right here, being balanced and calm. And the other person in the interview might say some stuff to try to rattle them to go in one way or the other, but they're not. They stand right here, like in between the palms of my hand. They're staying right there. They're centered and saying whatever they need to say to any answers, well, to any questions that they're given, or whatever the conversation is going on. They're right here, centered. And that's, again, can look like, oh, they don't care, or they're being emotionless. That's not really the thing. And there's nothing wrong with being emotionless, in quotations, because you're just being centered and calm. Because the inner, what's going on within you is more important than what's going on outside of you. Because for one, you literally see less than 1% of the light spectrum, so you're not even seeing everything. Just like you don't see everything that's going on within you, but you can feel it. And again, with like the things you can't see outside of you, you can feel it. You picking up. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. But I'm saying all this to say, this is why it's important to shut up. Or refrain from saying certain things. Because I, admittedly, have not talked about it enough, but when it comes to the things that are positive, feel that gratitude. Talk about it, but also in that sense of you talking about it, thinking about it, feeling those emotions, being detached from that is just as important as being detached from the negative things. And you probably think to yourself, and right now, why would I want to detach from the positive stuff? Because just like with the negative stuff, the dark clouds that will be over your head at some point, those too shall pass. The dark clouds will pass over. But then you get the beautiful rainbow clouds that pass over you. Just like those dark clouds, those too shall pass over. So that's why you have to be detached from both the positive stuff and the negative stuff. Because life is full of ups and downs. Or what did Rocky say? Life is not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not. It's not, because the dark clouds will come, and who you are as a creative being, you are defined by how you respond to those dark clouds. So, again, the power of shutting up is just like the power of being detached from the outcome, whether it be a positive outcome or a negative outcome. You being detached from both of those, while also allowing yourself to feel those negative emotions and persevere and be essentially in God mode while the dark clouds are here, and be still detached from it once they pass over, and then experience the sunshine and rainbows, feel those positive emotions while still in God mode, and use this as a slingshot, just like you will use the dark clouds as a slingshot to prepare yourself for it. Use these higher emotions to prepare yourself even further, and then once they pass over, you're back in the center. All while being conscious of what you say. Or just shut up. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Especially with the comment part. Comment down below what your thoughts on this is. Then also check the description for any personal training that you would like to do with me or any mentoring in general. I'll see you guys next time.